WTF, and this is my week 12 pregnancy update. There we go, that's a bit better. So a lot has happened this week. We have had our scan and thankfully everything was good. The baby is about 2.5 inches long and it's the size of a lime. And looked it. It was a very strange experience at the scan. I'll just talk about that in a minute. What else is the baby doing this week? All of its internal organs are basically formed. The intestines still have a tiny bit of work to do, but everything else is kind of firing now on full cylinders. It's pancreas, it's thyroid, it's heart. Oh, that sound is beautiful. It's everything. It's just... So, yeah, things went really well. I had to go in by myself because of COVID, and they've totally changed my local hospital around. The old entrance is now like the COVID entrance, and the outpatients entrance is now like the main entrance. And excuse me, it's like there's a tiddly widdly little car park near the outpatient now new entrance. So they have like guards patrolling it and trying to keep people moving. So John drove in, he was like trying to, sorry, something came on the screen there. He was trying to drop me off, and this guy came over and he was like, you can't park there, you can't park there. It's like, yeah, I'm getting out of the car. Can you move a bit faster? No, I'm pregnant, I can't. So yeah, tootled in. Everybody was obviously wearing face masks, which is good. Went up and waited at the in the ultrasound department, the fetal ultrasound department, I should say. Was waiting a wee while, but everybody was kind of, they very clearly marked off where you could sit and where you couldn't, so that was good, a weight off my mind. When it came my turn to get scanned, it was a nurse I've had before, and she's not, like, when I saw her, there was two on duty, and one of them was so nice. I've seen her a few times in the previous pregnancies, and then there was this one who I've seen in previous pregnancies who's she's very old-fashioned and she has a terrible bedside manner. So when I saw she was on duty, I was like, oh, please not her, please not her, please not her. Of course it was her. So what can I do? So I got into the room, and first thing I kind of said to her was, look, my partner's downstairs. I would love to be able to film some of this, you know, like the screen and whatnot, the baby's heartbeat for him. No, we don't allow that. And I was like, okay, but I'm asking to film my baby in my body. No, we don't allow that. It's like, okay, the nice one would have let me because she's let me before. But I didn't say that, obviously. I have no balls. When I was younger, I just spoke my mind, and and if you liked it, great, and if you didn't, Whereas now I'm such afraid, like, the amount of stuff I say in my head, and I do not dare say out loud. So I was just like, so I got on the bed, and she put the gel on, and she is like digging this thing into me. And I mean, I get it. I'm not a skinny girl. She's having to push through layers of fat to see the baby. I get it. I'm not silly. But Jesus Christ, it hurt. My God, it hurt so badly. And I mean, like, to the point where I was flinching. I was in so much pain, and she was telling me to keep still. And she sort of could see the baby, and she couldn't, and then she was this, and then she was that. Now, the problem I have with scans is, and it's been the same throughout 3 pregnancies, they tell you to come with a full bladder, right? Ground so, because that enhances the image. Except in my case, it blocks the image. Like, I have a crap bladder anyway. terrible. It had to be investigated so many times when I was a kid. So when mine's full, they can't see the baby clearly. So I always go with an empty bladder because I know the score. I've been here so many times. And then they get cross. She got cross and made me fill it. And then I was like, oh. Then she couldn't see it. And then wanted me to go and empty my bladder. Like, yeah, okay, we've all the time in the bloody world. Oh, yeah, fair enough. So went, emptied my bladder, came back, and she announced she was going to do a vaginal scan. What? Okay. It means I get to see my baby. Yeah, fine, but... So, she turns around to me, she's like, oh, just stand there and slip your bottoms off. And I went to pull the curtain. There was a little curtain there beside the bed, and she was like, there's no need for that. Don't be touching that unnecessarily. You need to sterilise then. Just, I'll turn around. Get under the blanket. I was like, okay. So, take my trousers off, take my knickers off. Literally standing there, butt-ass naked from the waist down. And 2 more nurses come in the room to have a chat with her about something. And I'm literally standing there ass out going, hello, okay, we're all going to pretend this is normal. Fabulous. So I didn't dare turn around because, somebody seeing your ass is one thing, somebody seeing your hoo-ha. So I literally just stood there like an idiot for a minute while they had a chat. And then they left, she turned back round, I got on the bed. So had the scan, and it's like, normally they're very cute and very sweet, and they're like, oh, do you want to hear the heartbeat? This is your baby, this is their head, their arm, blah, 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 blah. And she was kind of just, I mean, treating this probe like it was a blooming gear stick on a car. Like, whoa, you are actually, inside me. Can you not do that? So anyway, she's tootling around up there, and I was like, is the baby okay? Yeah, it's fine. Like, is the heartbeat okay? Yeah, it's fine. I just turned it on then. I was like, do you know what I mean? That would be worrying for anybody. To do that to somebody who's had a miscarriage is, I just think, cruel, personally. But anyway, we got the scan done. Didn't get any video, unfortunately, but I do have some pictures, so I will insert them. The baby is very cute. I know I'm biased, but it is. It's very reminiscent of Emilia and Harry's ultrasound pictures. They both had little button noses and little pipe mouths. Like, literally, I will have to dig out their ultrasound pictures to show you, but both of them are like. So, and this one is too. So that's pretty sweet. It has good legs, apparently. That was one thing she kept commenting on. Oh, it's got good strong legs. It's got good legs. So yeah, I'll take that. That's the first compliment my baby's ever going to get. Good strong legs. So yay. Also has a straight spine, which is always a massive blessing. And everything looked pretty good. It would not keep still for her. It would not keep still. And she was trying to get measurement after measurement, and it was literally swimming. Like I could see its little hands kind of doing this, and it was moving about, and I was trying not to laugh. Like, I just thought, serves you right. But then when my hoo-ha was getting sore, I was like internally thinking, babe, you just chill out and let her take her pictures, will you? Because, ow. And she got them in the end. But yeah, the baby was having none of it. It was like, yeah, I'm just gonna float about, have a swim, do-do-do. So yeah, it's already cheeky. Yeah. Oh, and so whenever we had done with the scan, and I went to the bathroom because I was really in pain, like really uncomfortable, and obviously you're covered in gel, so you want to kind of give yourself a bit of a, so I'm in the loo and I'm kind of sorting myself out. My stomach is like, oh. So I got tissue paper thinking maybe it's still a bit wet and uncomfortable from the gel, and I wiped it, and I swear to God there was blood on the tissue. So I was like, what the hell has this woman done to me? So got downstairs to John, and the kids were in the car, and bless them, they were bored, stupid. They were so bored. But they'd done well. They'd done really well. So I went down, saw them. We got home, and John looked at my stomach, and essentially where they're scanning is like at the very top of your bikini line. And that's where they make the incision near enough for the C-sections, which I've had 2 of. I had 2 C-sections within 355 days. So it's very tender still. 18 months, 19 months on, it's very, very tender. I do get quite sore there if I don't take care of myself. If I don't, I kind of have to put talc on and stuff like that, because if the skin rubs, it can get very sore. So she had just literally rubbed this skin trying to get this blooming ultrasound picture, and the friction in the gel had made me bleed. So that's pretty painful. Having to put medicated talc and stuff on that, trying to dry it up, which, you know, such a pain in the ass. But I got my pictures, so, and everything's okay. So, what else have we done this week? We went to see Emilia's Montessori school, and it's so lovely. It's so incredibly lovely. So we've accepted, or they've accepted us, I should say, for Emilia to start in August. God love her, she's not going to know what's hit her. She is going through a stage at the moment where she just wants to walk around in her nappy all day, or without. She's going through a bit of a naked stage. So the fact that she's going to have to go dressed every day, I'm a bit like, oh my God, that's going to be drama. Harry loved it too. He was running about and playing. We saw the classroom, and we went out to the garden, the beautiful garden outside. Lots of things for them to like play with, but learn about things. So I was very impressed. And the woman that runs it has a very similar parenting or like teaching ethos as we would believe in. That it's very child based, and they're not being pushed to do anything, but they are being kind of left to their own devices to figure stuff out. And they do like multicultural studies. Studies sounds wrong, but like essentially they're being taught from babies about different cultures, different countries, trying to, I don't want them to have a sheltered life, let's say. John's from London, I'm from Manchester. We grew up around other cultures. So it's all very normal to us. Whereas in Ireland, it's not as prevalent, let's say. So the fact that they're going to be taught about it, and hopefully, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be very PC about this. I want them to be inclusive. I want them to not treat anybody differently. So I guess that's why I'm very happy about the multicultural kind of aspect of it. And they do yoga and stuff, like, oh my God, baby yoga. How cute. I nearly want to go up and join in myself. I quite like Pilates. I don't do it anymore. I should. I really should get back into it, but Pilates and yoga, I'm very pleased by that. What else? Oh, got a phone call yesterday. Yeah, from the midwife. They're doing, normally you get your your booking in appointment, let's say, when you go to the hospital and you have to fill out like an entire medical history for you, baby daddy, and kind of extended family too. They ask a lot of questions about. And that normally happens around week 20. So I got a phone call yesterday from a midwife that wanted to do it, and I was like, but I'm only 12 weeks. She's like, yeah, we're just doing them now. Like, okay. So I had to answer a lot of questions about my medical history, John's medical history, our parents, both sets of parents, my grandparents, which I didn't know too much about, unfortunately. But yeah, we went through all of that, and then they kind of ask some mental health questions, and I answered as truthfully as I could. But the midwife seemed to get a little panicked nearly. She was like, oh God, right, we have to sort this now, we have to sort this now, if that's how you're feeling. And I was like, well, yeah, but I feel like this all the time. She was like, do you feel anxious at all? I was like, yes, constantly. Oh God, we can't have you feeling anxious. Like, anxious is kind of my wheelhouse. Anxious is where I live, like. And then she was like, do you ever feel, what was the word she used? Hopeless. And I was like, not hopeless, but I sometimes kind of feel detached from myself, like I'm watching what's happening rather than participating. And I guess that sent her off on a tangent too. So she was like, well, you need to go to your GP. You need to go to your GP. I was like, yeah, okay. It's you know, I've been trying to ring my GP, can't get through. I'm gonna ring her. Like, yeah, fill your boots. I don't mind. So then she was telling me about this psychologist person in Galway, which is still on the west coast of Ireland, but about, if we're here, Galway's like, yeah, like here, like halfway down. We're at the top, near the top, they're halfway down the country. And this woman specialises in like antenatal mental health stuff. So they were going to try and refer me to her to see, I don't know, whether I could take my tablets or not. So I'm waiting to hear back from that. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I can start taking my tablets soon, because I'm literally driving myself mad. I don't know how John and the kids are putting up with me, because I am just so tired and so lethargic and just and even when I try and get like excited and about stuff, it's very like momentarily, like something happens, I'm like, yeah, that's amazing, oh, and it's gone. So I'm so hopeful that that's going to be changing soon. Yeah, I think that's about it. So it's been an interesting week this week. Yay. We can do a belly shot. I feel like it's kind of changed slightly. I weighed myself. They weighed me at the clinic and it wasn't just sitting right with me, so I weighed myself the next day. Yeah, I weighed myself when I got home, and I've lost a couple of kilos since I fell pregnant, which I am just thrilled about, absolutely thrilled. So I don't know whether that is apparent or not in the belly shot. You'll be able to tell for yourselves, but I do feel like the tummy has changed slightly. So yeah, we'll do that. Hello. So not in maternity wear today. In maternity bra. But these are just my normal clothes, so that's maybe why they look a little small on me, just FYI. But yeah, don't know whether much of a change. Oh, jiggly wigglies. I don't know whether there's much of a change. My butt looks slightly smaller, which is good. So that's week 12. I think there's a tiny bit of difference on the belly. Say the butt's got smaller, which is a blessing. It was getting enormous. That's about it. I have my first midwife appointment Friday, so that'll be next week's video. Again, I'm not as nervous for this as I was for the scan, but John can't come with me again, so instead of him bringing me and with the kids and everything, because these first midwife appointments, well, any midwife appointment can just drag on for hours and hours because this, the clinics are so busy. So I'm going to drive myself down to it, which again is a big kind of step for me. So yeah, that'll all be in next week's update. Also, I'm kind of thinking about pregnancy announcement things now, trying to think of something kind of cute to do. But it's proving tricky. It's really proving tricky because I want the kids involved, but trying to get them to cooperate with anything at the moment is like, So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But hopefully I'll have a few more ideas by next week, because now I've had the scan and everything else, I kind of want to announce it. I want to celebrate the news. I haven't told literally anybody except our parents knew, but nobody else knew until I'd had the scan. I was very, very adamant about that. So when I got back from the scan, I did tell 3 of my good friends, who were all very pleased, and that was nice. That was a nice kind of, yay, go us, woohoo! So yeah, be nice to do the announcement and have all you guys know, because it feels weird kind of. I've really been avoiding like Insta and stuff because it feels weird not saying. So yeah, hopefully normal social media activity can resume once the secret's out. So I'm gonna eat something. Oh yeah, the cravings. Still wanting junk food, still holding strong against the craving. Because, as I say, I've lost a couple of kilos. I don't want them to be stuffing it back on me. So that's it. That's week 12. Feels good. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, so I shall see you next week. If you like this, if this interests you in any way, please like and subscribe. That would be wonderful. Instagram is a.spoonful.of.wtf. So I shall see you next week. Bye.